Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. As you can see, we are in a different location. We are in my bathroom. This is where I get ready. And I wanted to do an updated brow routine showing you guys how I use my two go-to products. And I also will be showing you guys some other brow products that I use depending on what my mood is, depending on what type of brow, more natural, a quick brow, something more full-on, something darker, something more structured where you can, see, some sharp lines, there's different variations of brows that you can have. So I'm going to show you those products and kind of talk to you about why I like the products that I'm sharing with you in today's video, as well as a demo on how to use a really affordable pencil. We're talking $5 at the drugstore that works incredibly well. And I'm excited to share that with you guys because it is a great drugstore find. And so if you want to see how to do brows or how I do my brows, then keep watching. Alright, so this is what my brows look like with absolutely nothing on the brows, and as you can tell, it looks a little weird when you don't have anything through the brows and then you have your full-on makeup on. Brows is a very important thing. I think it frames a face and it does pull everything together. So I have a few different products that I like to use. It just depends on my mood. It depends on the look that I'm going for, whether I want something quick that doesn't take a lot of time, if I want something that looks a little bit more natural, or something that looks more full on, which I do like a stronger brow and I do like them to be on the thicker side as well. It's just my personal preference. So if I'm wanting something that's very quick, easy, and it's no fuss, I will usually go for the Milk Makeup Cush Fiber Brow Gel. Looks like this. You can get it at Sephora. I wear the shade Dutch, comb that through the brows, and it fills in and also gives me quite a bit of color, and I'm done. Now, if I want it to look kind of natural and more kind of fluffy looking, if you will, I will use a pencil, and I have been enjoying the CoverGirl pencil, the really skinny one, and I have it in shade number 705, Rich Brown. And this, I would say, is very comparable to the Anastasia Micro Brow Pencil, which I have used and loved for many years, and I currently do not have a new one to use, and so I have been trying to find something that's similar, gives me really good results, and I feel like this CoverGirl pencil is absolutely hitting the mark. And so the Rich Brown shade works really well. It matches my brow hairs, and it works well with more of the reddish tones that I have in my hair. This is really great to fill in sparse areas or to actually fill in the entire brow, and it looks more natural. It looks very hair-like, and then I can just put clear brow gel on top, and then I'm done. Now, I know I have a lot of brow products just because there's times where I want something easy, something quick, something a little bit more full-on, and that's just my personal preference. And you will see through my videos how sometimes it looks more natural, sometimes it looks a little darker, sometimes it looks a little thicker. It's just because it's my mood and it's what I feel like doing. So for a more thicker brow, I like to use the Benefit Ka-Brow, and I've talked about this before. I've had this specific one for a few years. I have it in the shade number 2, and the shade numbers are at the bottom. And I feel like when you look at it, it looks a little light, but when it goes on, it actually does work with my brows. Let me see if the camera will focus. It actually does work, and I do like how it's one of those sort of packaging mechanisms that has the applicator there already for you, which I do use and enjoy. It's very easy to go overboard with something like this, more pomade type of product. So I only use a little bit and I take my time with it. But in general, it's pretty easy to get a full-on brow with this versus a skinnier pencil. And I also forgot to mention the brow gel that I use when I'm doing the pencils or pomades, and I use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. It looks like this. You can get it at Ulta, Sephora, online, and it works really great. I've had this same one for a very, very long time. A tiny bit goes a long way, so yes, it's a little bit more expensive than the drugstore, but it does last for well over a year because you only need the tiniest little bit to get a nice hole to your brow. Alright, so I've gotten a little bit closer so you guys can see. My brows are very uneven. They are sisters, not twins, so it is what it is. It's whatever. I have one that's more kind of full and a little bit better. Then I have one that's a little bit skinnier, a little bit more choppy. This, areas of like bald spots are from over plucking, over grooming, and waxing over the years. The hair just will not grow back. So instead of trimming them and messing around with it, I just leave it as is, and I just use products that help kind of fill in those areas. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl Rich Brown pencil, and I'm going to, again, comb this side up, like at this front part, and then these I comb down. And so what I do is I start at the bottom, like so. And I don't apply a lot of pressure either. I do try to keep a very light hand. And then I come in here because I do have some areas that need a little extra TLC. So I come in here and I work on the underneath like that. And then I will come over the top part and just kind of follow it, almost like if I'm drawing on a line. I know that looks a little crazy, but we're going to work on it. And then I start flicking it upwards to create more like hair-like strokes in the front part of my brow. This top part right in here that does not grow, so I do actually have to mark my actual skin because it will not grow back. So that's kind of some of it going on there. And then this front part, like I said, I just do little hair-like strokes. All right, so this is the brow, pretty much filled in as best as I can get it. Like right in here, there's just like a little bit of a gap, but that's just because I actually have to get the pencil onto my skin because there is no hair right in there. But this is what it looks like, one brow versus the other one. It makes a huge difference. And so what I will do is to add a little bit more color and just a touch more fullness, because remember that pencil is really thin and it creates really thin lines. So I want a little bit more, just a little bit thicker looking and more color. I'm going to use a little bit of this, and I've talked about this before and I've raved about this. This is the best tinted brow gel. It is extremely pigmented, so I do wipe off the very tip of it so that I don't overgoop my brows because it's pigmented, and you will see. So what I do is I start kind of in the center where my arch is, and then come to the tail end, and I'm barely putting any like pressure. And then I come through this front part when there's a little less product on the wand, and I comb these bad boys up so that they look a little bit more fuller. And then these I comb to the side and down. As you can see, there is quite a bit of difference in my brows. And if I want a little extra hold, especially now that my brows need some grooming, I will take some of my clear brow gel, and then I will go through the tail end, which is where these have a mind of their own and do their own thing. Just a tiny bit to the front, and that's pretty much it. All right, so that is my routine for brows. I honestly do this method more so, the pencil, the CoverGirl pencil, and the Milk Makeup Fiber Brow Gel pretty regularly. I do love the way this looks on my brows, and it's pretty easy. I feel like the tones are just right. Sometimes I do use the Cabral, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if I want a stronger brow. It just depends on what my mood is. But for more everyday, kind of getting ready, I go for these. Sometimes just the brow gel if I'm running errands and I want my brows to look a little bit more put together, and I'm wearing just like CC cream, maybe a little bit of bronzer, just a touch of blush or something like that to kind of even everything out and make everything look together, because we've talked about how important brows are. I would just use this. But these two together are like my go-tos, and honestly, I don't feel the need to go out and spend a fortune on a brow pencil when this CoverGirl one is just as good and it works well, and I'm really happy with it. So that's why I wanted to do this video, because I'm so pumped that I found something so cheap, $5, that works so well and has replaced my high-end brand of brow pencil. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the lighting was okay. We're in my bathroom. This is usually where I get ready. And so you see like just my white shower curtain. in the background. I do my makeup in my bathroom or sitting on my bed because I do need some major back support being in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy. I try not to stand for too long to do my makeup, so I just kind of do it where I feel most comfortable, and that's here in my room. And so you may be seeing this sort of background in future videos just because if I'm already here doing my makeup, I turn the camera on, I might as well just kind of talk with you guys as I'm doing it. I do really love these products and I do stand by them, and I do feel like they have made a huge difference, and brows can be a pretty daunting thing to do. Some people can do them really quick, some people they take forever, and it's something that you do not look forward to. So hopefully this video shared with you guys some favorite products that can make that step a little bit easier in your routine for you. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified of new videos. And you can also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You know the deal. It's always going to kind of pop up somewhere on the screen. Have a fabulous day. Thank you for being you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.